Representative Dan Crenshaw is back, and this is according to Louder with Crowder's website. It says, Rep. Dan Crenshaw calmly annihilates cowardly Hank Johnson. So, in case you don't know who Hank Johnson is, I'm going to give you a nice friendly reminder in a couple minutes here. But he went into a church and was bashing Trump and his supporters as being racist and unhealthy and a bunch of other different things. And, well, Dan Crenshaw took great offense to that for the American people, and this is what he had to say.
My colleague, Congressman Hank Johnson, had this to say recently.
Much like Hitler took over the Nazi Party, Trump has taken over the Republican Party. It's now known as the Trump Republican Party. Donald Trump's supporters are older, less educated, less prosperous, and they are dying early. Their lifespans are decreasing, and many are dying from alcoholism, drug overdoses, liver disease, or simply a broken heart caused by economic despair.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, President Trump is a lot of things, but he's not Hitler. He didn't kill millions of people, he didn't start a world war, he doesn't have any concentration camps, and to accuse him of being Hitler is intellectually dishonest, and frankly, it's a huge insult to the millions of Jews who died under Nazi Germany. But if you want to insult President Trump, at least you're picking on somebody your own size. At least you're picking on somebody who can fight back. But you went on to insult, degrade, and demean tens of millions of Americans who voted for him. Let's call them drug addicted, uneducated, unhappy alcoholics. This is a cowardly form of politics. No matter how much I will disagree with you in Congress, I will never, ever insult the good Americans who voted for you. I will never paint an entire half of the country as deplorables or fools or the dregs of society. I'll never do it. And if I ever do, you better call me out on it, because I can't imagine a worse form of leadership. These people are exercising their right and their voice the only way they can, which is through their vote. They don't have a TV show, they don't have a radio show, they don't have a weekly column or a big social media following. They have a vote. And you use your public platform to insult and demean them. This is not the behavior we expect from a member of Congress. So I'll leave you with this. Pick on somebody your own size. Pick on me if you like. My office will be right down the hall from yours. I'll see you in Washington.
So that was Dan Crenshaw. Again, just approaching the situation with class. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't start calling him names or anything. He basically said, listen, we're going to have differences of opinion with things, okay? And that's okay. We're allowed to have a difference of opinion. But don't go with baseless claims of racism and homophobia and everything else that you're putting on to the president without backing it up, first of all. And then secondly, if you're going to attack an individual, attack the individual that's a politician and everything, someone that's metaphorically your own size or symbolically your own size in regards to a president and a senator or a representative and everything. And in that case, you're talking political bout for political bout. But to go after the supporters of that individual because of your disagreement on their opinions is despicable. He said, I wouldn't ever go after your supporters for something that you said, Now, Dan Crenshaw was going after Representative Hank Johnson there, who is the representative who, if you remember correctly, a couple years ago was the one that said to the Navy Admiral.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate.
When we're talking about uneducated individuals and everything, coming from the mouth of Hank Johnson, talking about an island tipping over and capsizing because of it being overpopulated, where's the uneducated scale, really, in that sense, right?